I hope you can hear me now. I hope you can hear me now. It's like my mic has failed, but we'll still continue. Um, okay, thank you, thank you. Cray Crazy, is it? No, Cray. Sorry, 420. Thank you. I didn't know that my audio was gone. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, um, I had a mic here, so that's my microphone. I don't know what happened, but I'll look into it later. So let me just switch it off and we continue. Okay. Okay. Thank you. L- Leon Leo, if I think, thank you for hello. Say hello to you. Okay. So what do I do? Let me just start again. Sorry. For those that I was speaking to myself. Sorry. Okay, so we want to talk about Trump, and the title is Trump going to invade Nigeria? That's the title. Is Trump going to invade Nigeria? And I was saying just a couple of messages on social media got Nigeria rattling. The word rattling here is people are, they were vibrating. A good example of guys that rattle are, drug users or alcoholics. They, if they can't get, if their if their supply has dropped, has dropped, they begin to rattle. They shake and sweat, clammy and all sorts until they get under fix. Okay. So title: Will Trump invade Nigeria? Um, interesting. Interesting. Hold on, please. 1 minute. I'll come to that. No. Okay. So, will Trump invade Nigeria? Um, hmm, let's lay down some issues here. Okay. So, Trump sent a message and said Nigeria should get their acts together, otherwise he's going to run wild. And that those messages Nigerians, rattled Nigerians to the point that the presidency, they were running from TV station to another, one TV station to another, trying to calm the whole situation. Because one thing with politics is those that's in that position is their dream to be, because when you're at that point of those political corridor, that's many people's dream. That's where they feed on. So to take away that what do you call it, the ability, you know, or in that position, it is not a joke for an average black man. So the presidency or the opposition, put that way. There's no opposition in Nigeria, but let's just add them. That the opposition, they were running from different TV stations, and those on the social media as well were busy. Their fingers were typing out messages against, you know, and the Christians, without, these are mainly the Christians. The Christians were happy. Well, let me not say all Christians, but some Christians were happy that yes, now Trump is not defending them. Now, as I said the other time before, that during the election in 2000 and 2021, when Trump and Biden were vying for the position, being the president, something happened. There was a video. The southeastern, people were campaigning for Trump. I think a pastor also organized something, and Trump loved that, that video, and he made a comment on it. He shared it on his tweet, I think. And you see, if you look at that message, Trump identifies himself. or put it this way, is a defender of Christians. A defender of Christians. So those, and before then, a what do you call it? A comedian made I don't understand this. Okay, a comedian made a comment regarding Christians. That's how this thing started. Made a comment regarding Christians, losing their lives here and there, having their property destroyed, and all sorts. And a senator picked it up, and the whole thing blew. And before you know it, you see, during that time, it was generating momentum, but Trump was not saying anything because he had issues to deal with Israel and Hamas. And somehow I felt like where he was going to comment very soon, and before he knew it, he just sent a text, and Nigerians went wild. Okay, so the data boys were busy, the oppositions were busy. Put it this way, those that have an interest in Nigerian politics were not happy with that text. And some people were making it worse by telling the Americans that we can defend ourselves. Some guys from military uniform and others were saying, yeah, they can defend themselves, and some Nigerians. I saw those messages and I was laughing, put it that way. I was quite, it was amusing, put it that way. Now, will Trump invade Nigeria? I know some people will not be happy, some people will be happy, but I'll say this. Trump will not invade Nigeria by having boots on the ground. That's my opinion. Okay, so someone say he doesn't care about anyone's religion. Okay, we'll come to that later. Someone says, I really don't think he cares. He's annoying. He's annoying to everyone. Okay. Now, one thing, Trump is not a conventional politician. Or will I say, Trump is not a politician as a whole. He's not a politician. A normal politician, an average politician has this thing they call, they are diplomatic. They are gentle. They check their words before they speak. But Trump is not like that. Trump is a part of Trump's playbook is he will lash out. He will lash out, and before he because of his if the Nigerian government, if they study Trump well, Trump plays a game of whereby he does what do you call it now? He's unpredictable. Put it that way. He's unpredictable. Someone says he lies a lot. Well, it depends. It depends. Yes, everyone. Not well. Not, let me not say everyone, but many politicians they tell lies. They do tell lies. Even the Tinubu, does he not tell lies? So they all tell lies. It's part of their, this thing. They all tell lies. So someone say, explain what politicians. Okay, sorry. Explain what politician means, and try say he is not one. Though. I don't. Adam, if you can come rephrase that statement. I didn't get it. Explain what politician mean, and try say he is not. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, so when I say politician, what I meant was normal politicians are diplomatic. By that, when they a normal politician, if you ask a normal politician, let me give you an example. In United Kingdom, Starmer, the current prime minister, they asked him a question. I think this was something. They asked him a question. They said, "Can you please define a woman?" He wasn't able to define a woman. They asked him again, "Please define a woman." He couldn't. Now remember, Starmer, if you don't know him, Starmer is a rich guy. One, he was what do you call him? The chief prosecutor. They call it CPS, crimes. I've forgotten the name. But he was the chief. So he was in charge of taking people to court. So he knows the law. He knows his left and right. But when they asked him the question, "Who is a woman?" he couldn't answer because he was now a politician. Because if he defines who a woman is, some people in the camp or other camps will get angry. Because in United Kingdom, there's something going on here whereby men are not claiming to be women. So because of the what do you call it, the human rights or freedom of expression. So you now have people that come in and that say, "Well, in the morning I'm a woman, in the evening mix of man and woman, or in the night." They can decide what depending on how they feel. So with that policy, people were even afraid to define who a woman is, because with Starmer, if his definition goes against the norm, sorry, if his position goes against is it against, how would I put it now, goes against, no must go, how would I, sorry, okay, let me repeat. So if Starmer now says a woman is someone who can give birth, then they will get angry because they think that you are stepping on their freedom of expression by saying that a man, because a man can come out and say, "I am now a woman" by 8 o'clock in the morning, by 12, and I say, "I'm now a normal person, a male." Then in the evening, they say, "Okay, now I'm binary," and all sorts. So what I'm just trying to say, many of politicians are like spin doctors. They can pick a word like this, twist it, and you get confused. I'll give you a good example of a politician, Renan Mokri. Renan Mokri before was saying the right things, well, let me say the right things, and then when he was saying the right things was because he had no interest, or please, okay, let me say this. Hopefully, this one will explain it. Now, Renan Mokri went to Chicago, or he was against Tinubu. Even he came to England, I think, and he was, they were, running around with banners. Tinubu is a drug lord. Tinubu is this. Tinubu is that. And what happened? All of a sudden, he switched. And he's now a defender of Tinubu. Whatever Tinubu does now is okay by him. I'll give you another example. Boala, the current spokesman or special advisor. Sorry, banger is going on. So special advisor on media and whatever. Now, he was against Tinubu or the APC as a whole. But what happened? All of a sudden, he changed. Sorry for that noise there. It's people are Nigeria, they call it knockouts, but the firecracker, whatever they call it. So, can you close this door for me, please? Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, go outside. Go outside. I'm gonna watch.
It's too low.
Sit down there.
Where's it?
Shut that door for me, please. Sorry for the. Can you shut the door for me? Sorry. So Boala was a defender, was against the APC, but all of a sudden he switched. Another name, Bashir. Ahmed Bashir. So, Buhari's. Can you show that? Okay. Buhari's. Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry, my apologies. My keys are. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say, I'm being distracted. So, a normal politician picks out words, yeah, they will twist it. And let's take Omokri as an example. Omokri, Reno switched because you see many politicians switch things because they have interest. A politician will not bring in someone who is against his policy. So that's why at the let me not go there. That's why at the moment I think Reno wants a top position. Reno FFK. Go and check this out. Reno FFK and Boala. Boala's gotten his own. And I think Tinubu is dangling the post of ambassadorship. And I think many of these his supporters are trying to get there. Now listen, you see when I say diplomacy, because once they get it, you won't see them make a comment on social media. That will be it. Because they've not been rewarded. They've not been rewarded. So that's being an ambassador is not a joke. So now they've gotten something and you see them, they will be enjoying. So I'm trying to explain, a normal politician. So a normal politician will weigh what he says. We weigh what he says. They can't just speak anyhow. Okay. Let's. I'm not trying. Okay. The king of Saudi Arabia. You know what happened? So there was this journalist that was like a thorn in the kingdom, Saudi kingdom, and according to the news, this man went to just now. Let me tell you who a politician is. So this journalist went to the embassy, Turkish embassy, to get a passport. Either his visa or passport. In the embassy, they grabbed him. I mean, this journalist, they grabbed him, unalived him, dissolved him that's what they said. He was dissolved inside an embassy. Let me. I think this will clear the whole thing up. Inside the embassy, and wasted this man. Luckily for him, this man, there was cameras. There was a camera CCTV that saw him walk into that embassy, and the man told his girlfriend, "I'm going to the embassy to pick up my visa." So when they checked the CCTV, they saw him walking there, but he didn't walk out. Follow me carefully. So when they found out, everyone started sanction on Saudi. Saudi, before I think they denied. All of a sudden, they not gathered some. It's okay, yeah. Gathered some people. Say these are the ones, and what did they do? What did they do? Because that was a crime in someone's embassy, not Saudi embassy, and either in Turkey or one of those countries. He was dissolved, unalived, dissolved. You just wasted him. So when those sanctions were in place on Saudi Arabia, now the Saudis knew that they've damaged themselves. So they went to work. Listen. Normally, in such a situation, people should be angry, but when the sanctions was in place, Saudi went to work. As I'm talking to you, all those sanctions have been taken away. That's when politics comes in. Saudi gathered some people and said, okay, these are the ones that committed this crime, and we're going to try them in our country. That's what they said. And that was the end of the matter. That was it. So politics. I'm not deviating, but I just want to explain this politics of the thing. Being a politician, you have to be careful because it will get to a point your morality fades away. You know that's why a boy will come out and lie. When you ask him black and white, is this white? He will tell you it's black. But one thing is that the West they play this game well more than the Nigerians. Politics, the Nigerian or the African politics is like um, is harsh, rude. Um, it's not diplomatic. The Let me give you an example. Oh, man. I'm not deviating. Just follow me. What's her name? Natasha. Yeah, Natasha Akpoti. I think that's what they call her. The Senate lady or so. Kogi represents Kogi State. Now she wanted to travel. Now remember, she had an issue with Akpabio, the Senate president. So when she wanted to travel, what happened? At the airport there, they told her that she can't travel. Not because that she was carrying illicit item. As a senator, yet the checks will be minimal because this person is of high position in the government. These are the lawmakers, so there should be like respect, put it that way. But they stopped at the Lagos airport. So it appears that a political power was pressing some buttons, but later they let her go. But what am I trying to say? Nigerian or African politics is quite rude, crude, and we just like the Americans. If they want to play politics, it's smooth. You before you know yourself, yeah, they've taken you away. So their politics is a bit smooth, cordial. I quote cordial, like with the Saudis. Sorry, I'm not drifting away. Just follow me. Like with the Saudis, you see, after the whole thing that happened, the Saudis began what they call sports washing. I will make it. Sometimes I'll make a video on that. Sports washing. So they now use sports to cleanse their image. Oh, no. So that's why if you go to Saudi now, you have the UFC, United UFC. Um, what do you call it? Where this guy? US is what do you call it again? This uh, Ngannou. If you've heard of Ngannou, kickboxing, this martial arts, those kind of sports. So you see them host it like almost every year. People from all over the world will gather. They use sports to wash themselves, and then they appeared normal. All of the sanctions that was placed on them are gone. So the king redeemed the image of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, these are politics at play. And in the West, if you make a mistake by your policy, it tells you, then you then know all the politicians will withdraw themselves and leave it to dry. I'll give you an example. So in the United Kingdom, there's a man called I've forgotten his name now. He was a former ambassador to England and USA, United States of America. So before he didn't like Trump. He was against Trump. The same with the current deputy prime minister. They were all against Trump. But when Trump became the president, all of them, you remove their pride. So the former ambassador of America changed. He was now a supporter of Trump, but his past caught up with him when they now found out. They now found out that his friend, who is a sexual abuser, who was jailed, who later, unalived himself. When they saw that this man, this former um, ambassador to America, had a connection with that man, that was all. It's like they were writing letters to each other, and because this man they call sex abuser, I've forgotten his name now. I didn't plan this. Epstein, that's his name. So when Epstein was in jail, or put it this way, Epstein is a rich. Epstein had links with this man. I'm not saying that the man had any, soiled his hand by performing what this man was in the Epstein, but because of the association, quickly he resigned. He resigned because his image has been tarnished. Are you getting me? His image has been tarnished. Now remember Bobbio? Bobbio and Natasha. When Natasha, so these are politics. I'm coming. So when Natasha went to UN and mentioned Bobbio in the normal country, Bobbio should have resigned. Either he prove his innocence or resign. But that's Nigeria for you. See, I told you that Nigerian politics is quite crude and lousy, and so the senator, the Senate president, didn't care about the allegation. They were trying to frustrate themselves here and there. Which tells you why we are not moving forward. Okay. So I hope I've explained this. So let me continue. Normally, when I'm going to international, I have another video, not video, sorry. They call it the CIA. So I bring matters west, and I will bring matters and merge them together to give you a clear picture. But state of the nation, Nigeria. But sometimes I'll just dabble into foreign affairs and geopolitical, and just Anyway, let's continue. So what I'm trying to say is, Trump is not going to invade Nigeria. Rather, Nigeria, if Trump wants to come in, Nigeria will be receiving drone treatments. Let me repeat, drone treatments. America will not send foot soldiers in Nigeria, no. Unless an American has been threatened. Then you don't have any choice. And the people on social media are saying that we are ready. No, you're not ready. America is not. You see, before, during the Obama or Biden, yes. But with Trump loves the military so much that he gives them money to equip them. And when they come in, it will be very fast, as it normally says. It will be very fast. Nigeria cannot withstand it. Yes, some people are saying, "Oh, we're China. We appreciate China for defending us." China will China will step in. No. Let me give you an example. Go and ask Iran what happened to them. Iran and China, they were partners. But when America went in, China was nowhere to be found. Russia are still fighting their wars. So if Nigerians are thinking because China has stepped in, or I use the word China has chimed in, and you think if Trump is pushed to the wall, that he would tear that country apart? Go and ask Iran what happened to them. They've got this plane B-52 bomber, I think that's what they call it. Flew you for 26 hours to Iran. Went there, bombed all their nuclear facilities. Before they knew what was happening, the Americans were gone. It was when they left the airspace that they now made an announcement that yes, we've bombed Iran, our men are safe, they are returning home. When the Americans went in, Iran didn't, with their radar, their radar, these are like equipment that scan the skies in case of anything coming in. Iran didn't even notice. Probably they were sleeping. Trump came in, did his business, and they walked away. So if Nigerians are thinking that if America comes in, that they will defend Nigeria, no. Instead, that will be the end of Nigeria. That will be the end of Nigeria. So the Nigerians should be very careful. So I'm saying Trump will not invade Nigeria. Rather, to make a statement, it might be via drone treatment. What do you mean drone treatment? Okay. And please, those watching, please click on the like button and try and share, like and share, like and share. Okay, thank you. So my shirt is matching my cut. Anyway, thank you. Anyway, okay, let's God is good. Yep. Love the color your shirt's matching your cutters. Okay. Anyway, now thank you. Please click on the like button. That would be lovely. Okay. So America, as I said, will not be coming to Nigeria to invade. Rather, it will be a drone treatment. What do you mean by drone treatment? Okay. Just like what happened in Iran. But this one, because Iran is quite far, they had to use their bomber and do their business. But Nigeria is not even a threat. I saw one on the post whereby somebody was posting one rocket, so that they think that they can use that to defend themselves. No, you see, Nigerians need to be careful because as I said, Trump is quite unpredictable. In politics, they call it carrot and stick. Carrot and stick. He might dangle carrot used to just to but Nigeria can't even match them. You see, let me tell you something. North Korea. Let me mention some countries. So you see, North Korea, Russia, China. I would say China. Let me put China apostrophe. I don't know, asterisk. So let's go again. North Korea, China, Russia. These three. America won't go and hit them because there's something common with these three, and they call it nuclear weapon. So those that have nuclear weapons, it will be hard for Americans to invade those countries. Yeah. It will be hard to invade those countries. Libya were preparing I think they were preparing to have their own nuclear weapons. The world advised Gaddafi, no, you don't need this equipment. Just we'll protect you. We'll do this. Gaddafi obliged. What happened? When they invaded Libya, Gaddafi had nothing to stand on. They quickly took him out. So Libya today is in a mess. Post Gaddafi. Iran. Iran's own was quite, it was a gamble, put it that way. Gamble to the sense that because Iran has not tested their nuclear. So the Americans took an advantage because they were seeing each year Iran's nuclear possibility was climbing gradually. And they said, we can't allow Iran to have nuclear weapons. And after they saw that it was getting too close, they bombed the whole thing. North Korea has been a thorn in the flesh of the Western world, threatening people here and there, and the mistake, well, actually, the mistake they made, can you close this, please? The mistake they made was they allowed North Korea to develop their nuclear weapons. And when it was tested, the war stayed clear. When it was tested, the announcement was, yeah, Korea has now joined the nuclear weapons club. And because if Trump was, you see, because the American government then, they were trying to play, please, if it was Trump then, Trump would have struck them so that they wouldn't develop that way. But since they have it, no normal person, sorry, I'm hearing that audio. So no normal person will go and invade North Korea. So what am I trying to say? Nigeria is not even equipped. They are not equipped to stand against America. So if America is going to come in, so let me just say, if America is going to come in, it will be via drone treatment. First of all, I won't be surprised if America hasn't identified those terrorist camps or their masterminders. They have picked those things up because don't be surprised if Nigeria, they are spies or CIA that Nigeria collecting data. So they know Nigeria more than us. They know Nigeria well more than the citizens. So if they want to attack, it will be via drone treatment. It will be swift. There will not be any, because Nigeria can't even match them. So if Nigeria is depending on China, be very careful. China is after themselves. China is not yet ready to face America. China is there, they are there in Nigeria, for example, for themselves. If they strike, just watch China disappear. After the treatment, they will return. Libya is a good example because when they went to Libya, not Libya, sorry, what's this country? Iran. The Iranians were even expecting China to come and help them. But no. Let me give you an example. The current war between Ukraine and Russia. Between Ukraine and Russia. Iran. Let me tell you something. Iran. So you have Iran that have this drone. Like Israel is like on a suicide mission, put it that way. They will just go in there. So they control it, unmanned drone. The name just went off me now. Normal drone. So Iran will build those things, supply to Russia. Then Russia will use it against Ukraine. During that first couple of months during the war, Russia was using that, those drones. When Iran now had their problems, Russia was nowhere to be found. Russia was nowhere to be found. Let's not go to, because what I'm trying to say is, if Nigerians are looking forward for China to come and help them, they are wasting their time. If Trump decides to move in, it will be by drone treatment. And Nigeria can't match them. Nigeria can't match them. So the thing they are doing now, which is better, go on social media to tell the world that you guys are not, the Nigerians are not committing genocide. But the mistakes they are making is that they are not bringing facts. They're not bringing facts. I mean, the Nigerians, they're not bringing facts. They're not bringing facts. Ted Cruz said, I saw the text the other day, he said they are piling the names of people. Should I go there? They are piling the names of people, the sponsors of terror. So when they assemble those names, that's where the game will begin. And that's why I believe when they asked Akpabio about this saga, I will say, please don't put my name there. Hey, Trump, no. Don't. Trump, how can I speak? How can I have a discussion with Trump? No, please let the presidency deal with Trump. Trump is the president of America. He said, who am I? It speaks volumes. That statement speaks volumes. That's why when the deputy said, I'm a Nigerian, I'm not afraid. Say it, I am not afraid. What's he not afraid for? Because he wanted to call out Trump. Should I go there? Okay, let me just say this. You see, those that are not condemning this, or they are trying to be diplomatic politics, they're trying to be diplomatic. Many of them, if you go and check them, they've got some goodies in America. They've got some investments in America. Because if you have nothing in this in the West, you can come on boldly and say, yes, Trump is a liar. But many of them, they've got goodies in the Western world, and they don't know what will happen. So those that have nothing, they don't have issues because they can't come to Nigeria and sanction them. No. But those that have something, they won't make noise. You remember the president of Ghana? Oh, please, I want you to make noise. Anyway. So, Akpabio spoke. The aviation minister wrote an epistle because they need to say something. Now, remember the aviation minister. He has a house in America. That's clear. During the campaign, they showed his house when he was. Someone picked up the address and showed it to the world how much he bought it. Then they asked him a question: how did you get the money for those houses? He hasn't replied since. So now that he's a minister, he can't say too much. He can't say too much because probably his investments. They say he has a wife in America. Yeah. Then Wike. Have you seen his statement the other day? No, he was diplomatic. He was. Right now, many Nigerians will be the guys in the politicians or the OES members will be losing sleep because all their investment. This list, if it comes out and the names are there, because what's going to happen? This country of particular concern, if I got it right, that Nigeria has now recorded themselves in. What will happen when they present the things or their findings to the president? Probably he will place a sanction on them. I know Nigerians, they are very easy. Visa ban, that will wreck many of them. You remember during the election in 2023, the Americans threatened and Europe that if you mess up, we'll place you on sanction, visa ban. And many of them ran into their houses. because some of them, this is a um, being a politician is an achievement. Being a politician is an achievement, and there's a gravy train. They don't want to go out from there. You see, when they call them honorables, they love it so much. Honorable, carry them around. That's why they can't leave that position. Yes. Okay. So, drone treatments. So, will the drone treatment be effective? I would say yes. If Nigerians were serious, the government, they could have done this long time ago. Because in the West, we see, in the North, we see them on their bikes, gathered together, having meetings. America will see that as an opportunity to wipe them out. But Nigerians are playing games with people's lives. They are playing games with people's lives. They are playing games with people's lives. So, in conclusion, or let me just summarize it. Trump will not invade Nigeria, but Nigeria might get a drone treatment. Sanction. These two things. And if it happens, it's not the one that if the drone treatment happens, Nigeria is finished. Nigeria is finished. As I said, Trump identifies with the Christians. Is he a genuine Christian? That's another case altogether. He identifies with the Christians because of politics. Because Christians see his ideology that somehow matches with them. That's why he won the election. Yes. He won the election. And, let me just, okay. So when Trump decided to give Iran some drone treatment, after the exercise, he then came out. You could, if you watch, go and watch that the announcement. When he came out, you could see his voice cracked. He was under pressure. Because remember, the MAGA movement, they don't like, it's America first. So this one with Nigeria is like his, crossing the line, put it that way. MAGA, M-A-G-A, Make America Great Again. Their doctrine is America first. Is anything that concerns America. This Americans say we are not interested in becoming the international police, put it that way. Let's face our America. The other countries can do whatever they like. So when that Iran, after when he came out, you could see he was tense. And that tells me that most likely that he had to make that choice. It appears that Iran was getting close to a nuclear weapon. So he had to make that choice to send that, it's not be under his watch to have Iran as a nuclear nation. So when they went, I believe most likely he didn't sleep because he would think, what if they catch those planes? I'll shoot them down. That would be a dent on him. Because they will not say, oh, MAGA is America first. Why did you take our boys to go and do some damage in other people's country? Has he got anything to do with us? And that will affect his reputation. Sorry. So when he succeeded with that strike, he was happy. And you could see. That's my observation. But if you want to go and check just make out time, watch that video. Watch that video. So what am I trying to say? He's not coming to invade Nigeria. Rather, Nigeria will get two things: drone treatment and sanction. Sanction. Now, remember during the time of Abacha, Nigeria was under sanction, but Nigeria was surviving. This one, the sanction will destroy Nigeria. Yeah, will destroy Nigeria. I'll put it this way. You know, Nigeria is divided. Yes. But this one, Nigeria will be separated. So I would say we need to be careful and play this game, this politics, play this game well. Play this game well. Which Nigerians have been doing. For example, you then see, you then see, it's like every two days, oh, the army has cleared some people. The army has arrested some mujahideen. Some, then they'll put some picture. But fortunately, we saw one that was, they repeated a post, 9 months old picture. That, oh, we just did this one. And somebody pointed out that this same picture was posted 9 months ago. Then we then saw today that these 112, 114 people have been sacked. Former DSS guys. And the picture was placed on social media. Let me not go there, but let me just say this. You see, you could see the desperation. Because they know if America decides to treat Nigeria, it would be shocking, put it that way. Let me give you another picture. Hopefully, I will just summarize with this. Venezuela. Money in our water. Venezuela. Trump declared, he called them narco-terrorists. Now, so let me just put a small... So, America had been suffering from drug issues. And Trump, during his campaign, said he was going to stop it. So after their initial efforts to stop it, and it was still going on, a bit reduced, they now said, okay, we will then designate these guys as narco-terrorists. And politics, they now said, we've now declared war on narco-terrorists. And what happened? So these vessels should be going from Venezuela or the Caribbean to America. And they've been receiving drone treatments. So far, I think only 2 have survived. So these guys will be transporting their goods on boats. And before you know it, the Reaper, the American drone, will smoke them out. So far, I think only 2 have survived. I think they've killed about 50-something people, drug transporters. Only 2 survived. I remember one when he survived, what they did, they took him to their country for persecution. And those kind of people, when they bring them to you, each country, you can't say, no, we don't want them. We don't want them. No. Trump will then use sanction on you. So when they bring those people, the country says, okay, just bring, we don't want Trump's problem. Just bring them. Thank you, your Mr. President. So, 2 things: drone treatment and sanction. That's what will happen. America will not invade Nigeria unless their citizens somehow are in danger. Then it will be on the record books that Nigeria, they went too far. Remember, uh, remember, a city during the first time of Trump, an American citizen was kidnapped in Niger. Somehow, they brought him to Nigeria. Nobody knew anything that was going on. What we they heard was, you see, what happened? The American Special Force came to Nigeria. Maybe came to Nigeria, wiped out all the terrorists there that took their citizen, grabbed the citizen, took him out of Nigeria. The giant of Africa had no idea. They were busy sleeping when Americans came in, did their business, and walked away. They made an announcement with, we just dealt with some terrorists and got our citizen back. America said, yeah, he's coming back home. Nigeria had no clue until the Americans announced it. So that tells you they are lethal. They are not. You can't compare them with Nigerian soldiers. No. These are deadly guys. So Nigerians and their politicians, they need to be careful, because let me end up by saying I saw one post and I was saying, if lions are barbers, goats will be carrying afro. I'll end it there. Thank you. Let me first of all thank everyone that have checked on us. Please like. If you don't like us, please can you just very simple, just click on like. If you've not subscribed with us, please, by doing so, you are the algorithm will be showing our videos to other people for them to have a look. So in general, we have two things here on this channel. One, the ones I do, so sorry. One is a discussion like this, where very soon I'll get numbers, then you can be calling in, and we'll have communion. Then I've got another one they call the CIA. I'll bring in pictures, and so that's where we try to break things a little bit down, and which I did a little bit here. So you see how I brought Russia, Iran, that's how it works there. America, China, So these are like geopolitical, here and there. So those one, that one is not live, but this one is live. Whereby this billion Nigeria, but I might bring in one or two outside events just to paint a picture, like as I did with politics. So, by the way, thank you very much. Please like, share. And most likely I will come in tomorrow by God's grace. If I can, I will let you guys know. I'll just put what do you call it? Yeah. Sorry, what is it? Follow us on social media, the Facebook, Twitter, all the social platforms. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow. Let's look at genocide. And the question will be, are Christians suffering from genocide? It will be interesting. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll try and come in tomorrow. But please follow us. So in case if I have any announcement or change of, but I think I'll come in tomorrow by God's grace. Let's talk if Nigeria or the Christians are suffering from genocide. When I finish, then we'll get a clear answer. Because this word genocide is has been overused. But tomorrow we'll explain the meaning of genocide. And when I finish, we'll then see if Christians or Muslims are facing genocide. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Thank you for likes, shares, and comments. Thank you, I appreciate. Peace. Oh, let me say this, sorry. If you have questions, so let me say give like 1 minute. If you have questions or comments, I've seen some comments here. If you have a question you want to ask me, let's say 1 minute, just type it in there, and I'll try and answer. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, I'll get a phone. I just need to get a number. I've got a phone here. I just need to get a number specified only for this channel. So let me wait. If nobody's here, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, thank you for that. It's not easy for you. People have spent like 1 hour watching me, listening to us. I do appreciate. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow by God's grace. Peace.